little chickies. How are all of my favorite peaches today? Good, I hope? Good. So today is Thursday, June 11th, 2020, and I found some farm-themed books on Emma's shelf that I thought might be fun to read today to stick with our farm theme. So you can either sit and listen to all of my read alouds right in a row if you feel like doing so. I think the weather forecast is rainy, maybe even stormy today. So today might actually be a good day just to sit and listen to some stories with me. But of course, if you don't want to sit and listen to them all at once, then you can listen to one now and stop the video and then maybe come back later and listen to another and stop again and then maybe watch another one tomorrow, whatever you want, okay? But they are all farm themed since we took our trip to the farm on Monday and we've been learning all about farm animals this week. So the first one is Big Red Barn. And this is actually a little board book that Emma used to really like when she was very, very little. So I will make sure that I hold it up close so you can see the pictures. But this story, Big Red Barn, is by Margaret Wise Brown. And that author might sound familiar to you because she also wrote the very popular children's story, Goodnight Moon, which is another favorite in our house. And she also wrote another one called My World that we all really like. But this is Big Red Barn. So let's look at the pictures and listen to the story and see if you recognize some animals from our trip to Miss Wessler's farm on Monday. By the big red barn in the great green field, there was a pink pig who was learning to squeal. That is one cute pig. There was a great big horse and a very little horse. Those horses do look like some of Miss Wessler's horses, right? And on every barn is a weather vane, of course. A golden flying horse. And that weather vane, I believe, shows the direction that the wind is blowing. It points in the direction. You can see those letters: north, east, south, west. Those are the different directions that the wind might blow. There was a big pile of hay and a little pile of hay, and that is where the children play. Remember, Miss Wessler showed us too all of the hay that she feeds all of her animals. She had so much hay. But in this story, the children are away. Only the animals are here today. Oh, I wonder what the animals are going to do without the children. The sheep and the donkey, the geese and the goats were making funny noises down in their throats. Does that pink pig look like Gunner? No, Gunner was a big gray pig, right? But we saw goats. See the goat in the barn? An old scarecrow was leaning on his hoe, and a field mouse was born in a field of corn. Born corn. That rhymes. Also some butterflies. I wonder if Whitney and Charlotte's caterpillars turned into butterflies that look like these. Cock-a-doodle-doo! In the barn, there was a rooster and a pigeon too. And a big white hen standing on one leg, and under the hen was a quiet egg. Remember, Miss Wessler showed us the eggs that her hens were laying. There was a bantam rooster and a little bantam hen with a big clutch of eggs. Count them. There are 10. Good job, hen. 10. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Moo! Moo! And there was a big brown cow and a little brown cow. There was an old black cat, meow, meow, and a tiger tomcat, meow, meow. Oh, look at those teeny tiny kittens, so cute. There was a big red dog, Bow Wow, with some little puppy dogs, all round and warm. Mama with all her puppies. And they all lived together in the big red barn. It's a lot of animals. And they played all day in the grass and in the hay. When the sun went down in the great green field, the big cow lowed and the little pig squealed. The horses stomped in the sweet warm hay, and the little donkey gave one last bray. The hens were sleeping on their nests. Even the roosters took a rest. The little black bats flew away out of the barn at the end of the day. How do you know it's the end of the day? That's right, because the picture looks darker and the sun is setting. There's the sunset in the back. So you know it's almost nighttime. Where are all the animals going? It looks like they're walking in the direction of the barn. That's right. They're probably ready to turn in for the night. And there they were all night long, sound asleep. Now it's nighttime because the illustration is very dark. In the big red barn. It's so quiet now at night. During the day, all the animals were out to play. But now it's nice and quiet as they sleep. Only the mice were left to play, rustling and squeaking in the hay. They come out to play at night, while the moon sailed high in the dark night sky. Very good. Lots of farm animals in that story, right? And lots of familiar farm animals too. All right. I have another one. So you can stop there. You can get up and stretch. You can take a break. You can go have a snack. You can go do some of your farm activities on your choice board. You can go play a game, whatever you want to do. Or you can stick around and listen to my next story. Or maybe you want to go grab a snack and then come back and listen to the story while you eat your snack. This one is called Barnyard Banter. And this author is Denise Fleming. Barnyard Banter. What animal is that there? That's right, it's a rooster. And we know that from the red crown on his head, right? Barnyard Banter. Banter is like play, if you play around. Cows in the pasture. Moo, moo. Roosters in the barnyard. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Hens in the hen house. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Pigs in the wallow. Muck, muck, muck. So where are the pigs? In the mud, right, in the mud and the muck. But where's Goose? Do you see Goose? I see him. Kittens in the hayloft. Meow, meow. Goose is still there. Pigeons in the rafters. Coo, coo. The rafters are like up in the top of the barn. Mice in the grain bin. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Peacocks in the wire pen. Shriek, shriek, shriek. But where's Goose? There he is, hiding behind Peacock's feathers. Donkeys in the paddock. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Crows in the cornfield. Caw, caw. Crickets in the stone wall. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Frogs in the farmyard. Burp, burp, burp. But where's Goose? There he is. It looks like Goose is chasing a butterfly. Oh, moo, moo, moo. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Muck, muck, muck. Mew, mew. Coo, coo. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Shriek, shriek, shriek. Hee-haw, hee-haw. Caw, caw. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Burp, burp, burp. But where's Goose? Oh, he's running away. Oh, I wonder where he's running to. There's Goose. Honk, honk, honk. What's he doing? He is chasing that butterfly. Oh, and he chased the butterfly away. All the animals were busy that day, but Goose was chasing the butterfly. All right, good. Now, if you ever sit and listen to this one again, maybe another day, you can join in next time and help me say the animal sounds. Okay? Very good. All right, last one. Again, you can either stop here and go do something else, go do a project, go do a craft, go sing a song, go do a puzzle, go get a snack, go use the bathroom, or you can stay for one more story. And then you can always go back and listen to the stories later, okay? This is a silly one. This is Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type by Doreen Cronin, and the illustrator is Betsy Lewin. Remember, what does the illustrator do? Excuse me, draws the pictures. That is exactly right. Very good. All right. You know, many years ago when I first started teaching at Hopewell Elementary School, Betsy Lewin came to visit as one of our authors. You know how sometimes we have an author visit? This year we saw Dan Gutman, who writes the silly school books. I can't remember what they're called, the Wacky School series. He was our author this year. Well, many years ago when I first started teaching, Betsy Lewin, the illustrator, she came as an author in resident. It was fun to see her. And she actually drew for us some of her pictures from this story. All right, Click, Clack, Moo, Cows That Type. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. And all day long, he hears click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Have you ever heard of cows that type? That's silly, right? At first, he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. But he kept hearing it. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Where do you think that noise is coming from? The barn? Oh, I think you're right. Then he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. What? Cows requesting electric blankets? That's crazy. Have you ever seen cows that sleep with blankets? It was bad enough that the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets? No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blankets. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. Oh, those cows. That's not nice. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. That's pretty amazing. That means if these cows are typing letters, that means they know, or they're typing notes. That means they know their letters, they know how to spell, they know how to press the keys on the typewriter. These are some pretty talented cows. The next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. Uh-oh. If the hens don't get electric blankets, what do you think they're going to do? Do you think they'll go on strike too? Uh-oh. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. Uh-oh. I thought that's what might happen. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard them. Click, clack, moo, click, clack, moo, clickety, clack, moo. Cows that type, hens on strike. Who ever heard of such a thing? How can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Ooh, furious. That's a good word. That's a juicy word. Furious means very, very angry. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter and he typed, "Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blanket. You are cows and hens. I demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown." Duck was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cows. So neutral party means he's in between. He's not on the farmer side and he's also not on the cow and the hen side. He's like right in the middle. So he brought an ultimatum. He brought a letter, like a deal. Let's see if they can come to a compromise. Let's see if they can agree. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Duck knocked on the door early the next morning. He handed Farmer Brown a note. "Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cows." So that's their deal. They say that they'll give over the typewriter if they can get electric blankets. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. He left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. So they got their electric blankets. See how they have lights? You have to plug them in, and when you plug them in the outlet, it heats up the blanket so they're like extra super warm. The next morning, he got a note. "Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack, quack." So Duck tricked Farmer Brown, didn't he? Duck said that he would return the typewriter in exchange for the electric blankets, but he kept the typewriter and he typed a note of his own. And look what he got. The ducks got a diving board for their pond.
Yes, I am here also. I'm just listening.
Oh dear, that sneaky duck. All right, well, I hoped you liked our farm-themed read-alouds. Now you have them. You can watch them and listen to them whenever you want. So I will see you again tomorrow for Friday's wordplay. All right. Have a great day, everybody. I can't wait to see you again. Miss you. Love you.